Hi, this is Billy Staples with Kids with a Dream. It's April 2021, and we're speaking with a high school senior that just got done meeting with her mom and scholarship group about finding out about money for college. So here we go. We are in Easton, Pennsylvania, and what is your name?
I'm
and where do you go to high school?
Destiny Silva, and I go to Easton Area High School.
Easton Area High School. So my question is, how many kids are in your family? And are you in the middle? Are you the youngest? Are you the oldest?
So I'm the oldest of three in my household. So.
And with your family and your family history, how many have gone to college?
0. So I'm the first.
You are the first.
Yes.
Go ahead. You're a high school teenager, and you haven't spent your first day in college yet.
Yeah.
So what do you think, or how does it feel to be the first?
There's that sense of stress, I can't mess up. I can't be the one that goes to college first and then doesn't finish or doesn't pass or messes something up. But there's also that sense of I'm proud of myself for being the first one to go to college and being the first one to achieve all of this new things.
Okay, so where the final decision was made, where are you going to college?
I'm going to Penn State University Park.
Penn State. So I guess when you're going into the beginning of your senior year, you hope to go somewhere and you send out applications and then you narrow it down to 2 or 3. So where did you hope to go? And then when it got down to 2 or 3, how did you make the decision?
I honestly only applied for 2. Penn
Okay.
State was my dream school, so as soon as I got in, it was right there. That's
It
where
was
I'm
hands
going.
down. You made that question pretty simple. A standard question to high school seniors is, what are you interested in? Maybe not your major, but what are you interested in and why?
Sports is a big thing. I grew up around sports all my life. I was always involved in a sport. There was no season where I had off, so sports was always a big thing in my life. The learning aspect of everything, how you advance so quickly from middle school sports, especially to high school sports, middle school learning to high school learning. That's such a big thing that you learn how you grew throughout the years. It's very interesting.
So 4 years from now, the possibility exists that you will graduate as a what? A what major and what job? Because many things could change, but as of right now, fire away.
I want to major in kinesiology and have a career in physical therapy.
So what took you in that direction? Something had to hit you at a certain age for you to be interested in that? What's the story behind it?
The story is I got injured my 8th grade year of sports, and it really set me back so far, and I had a physical therapist and a sports trainer that said you can get back to where you were, you can be the athlete that you want to be, and I want to be that for someone else.
That is such a powerful answer. To go in a different direction. So when you're applying for colleges, you have your academics, you have your involvement, and then you have that you actually work. So pick one of the 3 and hit it first. So you got to talk about academics and your approach, work where you got a job and you're making some money, or you're involved in different things. So which one do you want to pick first?
I'll start with academics.
Hit it.
So, what am I?
Math, sciences, English, history. What was your strength? What was your interest? How did you do?
My most interesting was always math. I was always intrigued with math. I was always really pretty good at it. I had great teachers, especially since I was in 7th grade. I always had good math teachers, so that's always something I want to be part of. My biggest struggle was actually science.
Okay.
And now I want to go into the science field, so it's very...
I will relate to that. My biggest struggle actually was staying focused with reading and English, and I ended up being an English teacher.
Yeah.
Why? Because it was a challenge for me, and I wanted the challenge. So I relate to what you said. So you're here representing 2 groups that have come together, and you're the very first for the partnership of these 2 groups. And there's Larry and Diane Holmes, and they have a charity called Heart with a Legend. And Larry and Diane do a lot of work with their board to give back to this city of Easton, where Larry grew up. And then you have the Best Scholarship Group. And That was an idea that I had 15 years ago, along with a school secretary, Judy, and we started this, and we have over 100 kids that have gone through college. We have 20 currently in. And so Larry and Diane have been doing their thing, and the Best Scholarship Group has been doing their thing.
Yeah.
And you're the first for us to work together.
Yes.
I know you learned that tonight.
Yes.
And it's even intense. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
It is, you know. And yet you haven't been to a Best event,
Yeah.
and you haven't been to a Heart of a Legend event, but you will be for the next 4 years
Yeah.
invited to everything. So how do you process? That's a lot.
Yeah.
So go with it however you want. A bunch of
It's-
adults working for you for free.
Yeah. It's honestly a huge honor, especially to be the first of the collaboration of the two. I'm just honored in general to be able to say that I was the first to be a part of the programs and everything like that. So.
Well, you've earned it. Part of that comes with work. Did you work through high school, and what have your jobs been, and where have you worked? Because part of it's work ethic.
Yeah.
So you earned it, and what is your work history? You do have one.
Yes. So I started working at McDonald's. That was my first job. I was turning 15 the month after I started working. So I started working at 14 years old. And I was saving up for a car. That's the only thing that I wanted was my car. And after that, I worked at Weiss Markets. And then for a while, I was doing both of those. And then I stopped working at McDonald's, and I started working at the Bayou in Easton. And then I did both of those for...
What's the Bayou in Easton for people that are watching that aren't from the area? It's a what?
So it's a southern restaurant. It's like home-cooked meal kind of food. Southern.
So I guess to sort of wrap this up, we got your academics, we got your work, we know that you're involved in sports. What are your concerns? So right now you're getting ready to graduate from high school, and then you're going to be getting ready to leave for college. So for teenagers that are watching, what goes through your head, and how do you deal with it?
It's a lot of stress, honestly. And if I were to say something to the teenagers, don't let the stress get to you. Just work through it, because at the end of the day, it's all gonna have how do I say? There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So it may seem stressful. It may seem like you're drowning in all this work. You're stressed out beyond anything you've ever been stressed out before in your life. And then at the end of the day, you get honors like this. You get to go to college and do what you want to do in the future, and it just all works out at the end.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Destiny, welcome today, April 2021, to the Best Scholarship Group, and we will be partnered for the next 4 years, and I most sincerely, I do. I wish you luck, and I'll be watching over you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kids with a Dream, out and over.